These sessions which I am now taking will help you to make your pitch deck, and most of students have already, a final year or third year, they have prepared their pitch decks and they have got the fundings. In the last session, Shraddha ma'am also discussed where I supported to these students. Now they are the entrepreneurs. They are the entrepreneurs, right? Tomorrow they'll scale up. Today they are experimenting. Tomorrow they'll scale up. So please, be focused. This session is very important, right? And this session will make you aware what is the market research and how you have to conduct the market research. So my simple question, going to next is, see, any person who lived, or to whom you remember, right? These are the people who always came out from the comfort zone. So entrepreneur is a person who never keep himself in the comfort zone, whether it's Ratan Tata, whether it's Mukesh Ambani, whether it's Microsoft's Bill Gates, whether it's Warren Buffett. Still in today's age, when Warren Buffett is of 90s, right? Still he's exploring new ideas. Still he's exploring to get new kind of concept so that he can earn money. So these are the people who always keep themselves out from the comfort zone. They never keep themselves in the comfort zone. So that is the characteristic of the entrepreneur, right? So they always work on the new ideas. So in the last session we discussed, please come out from the comfort zone, right? Overcome fear zone and then move into the learning zone, and then you can of course by default you'll come into the growth zone, right? So this is very important, right? When you have to come out from the comfort zone at any age, you can come out from that, and then of course slowly you will go into the growth zone. So day one you can't expect the returns, right? So it takes time. If you're starting early, you will get the results early. So the same thing I was talking about, right? Warren Buffett at 90, Ratan Tata at 3, right? So Bill Gates at 85, Mukesh Ambani. So these are the people, right? Why they are now you would say like their fathers were the businessman, that's why they reached at such height, right? But just tell me, Ratan Tata started, sorry, this Warren Buffett started his first business at the age of 11. He was an ordinary man, right? So Bill Gates also, he was not a billionaire or millionaire when he started the business. So what I mean to say, nobody will tell you anything. You have to work of your own. You have to invent your own idea. You have to work relentlessly, religiously. Then only it would become possible. Please don't give any excuses, else your idea will be taken by somebody else. Right. So this is very good thing. I was just going through this recent election. So on the LinkedIn, I got this story which I want to share you. Right. He's a Joe Biden. Right. He couldn't speak well in his school days. Right. So he had asthma. He went under surgery. Wow, his first wife and daughter died in a car accident. So he had a mental health struggles. So and now still he was struggling. He had certain visions in mind, right? Now he is a president elect. Still it's not confirmed that he will be president, but he's a president elect of United States, right? So if you keep on struggling, keep on innovating, keep on working relentlessly, religiously, the day will come when you will overcome all the failures, right, friends? And you will succeed. So again, here the law of wasted theory, which I was talking about, right? If you even if you fail 10 times, 11th time definitely you will win. So have a patience, keep on working, keep on modifying your thought process, your strategy, then only you would be able to achieve. Make sense or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So see, this is a very good example, and you can get a lot of examples in our society itself. So this is one example which is recent because recently United States have gone through election. So I thought let me share. And don't people will demoralize you. People will say, no, your idea is not valid. Okay, it's okay. It's not valid. You have certain process to test it, right? So we were discussing about the why startup fails, right? So why startup fails, why any company fails, right? So sales. The first is the sales. See, ability to sell your product. It means either your product is not good or it is not as per the expectations of the society. Like in the case of Nokia, the products were robust, the products were durable, but they were not fancy. They were not user friendly. As the Samsung came with the Android kind of technology, so you have to keep on modifying your products, else it'll hamper your sales. I have personally seen the plant was in Chennai. It is in Sri Parambattur. and there were 5,000 employees in the plant itself. Forcefully, this plant got shut down, or they have removed the people who were working there. There was a lot of protest actually for this Nokia employees they have done against the Nokia. So see, the world's biggest companies also fail if they don't do the proper research, they don't do the proper kind of understanding what market needs. So sales is the one aspect where companies fail. If you don't know where to sell, what to sell, how to sell, then of course this is the one of the biggest reason of the failures. The lead generation is the second failure. Now you'll talk about, see, getting a project, right? I'm talking about getting a service or a project is suppose you have a capability, or your startup has a credential of getting a project of 10,000 rupees, but you are getting only 1,000 rupees. So it's a poor quality of lead. So you should focus, or you should able to pitch your concept or your service or your product so that you should get the right price for that. So this is called the quality lead generation, right? The third reason is of the failure, biggest failure of any startup, as you rightly said, the people, employees, the partners, the stakeholders, right? So if it's not a good team, you'll not survive, boss. You'll not survive in the market, because your team should be very competitive, very innovative, very reactive, in the sense they should react to the market. They should understand the pulse of the market and what market needs. So your management, your key people, your the R&D people, your development people, whatever you say, they all should be at par. They should be at with the full of energy, full of talent. There should not be any kind of dispute or ambiguity, what to do, what not to do. So management of any startup matters like anything. The another reason for failure is managing cash flow. Now I'll tell you, managing cash flow means what money is coming, what money is going out. So I'll tell you a story, a small story. Okay, so one of my this is a case study. Normally what we think, right? When we think of to start a company, what we think, we should have an office, we should have a good chairs, we should have a AC, Wi-Fi, right? So what you are doing, you are increasing your operational expenditure. Your cash flow is 1,000 rupees and your expenditure is 2,000. How your company will survive, friend? It will not survive. So in the initial stage, wherever you can cut down the cost, if you can work on the street, if you can work on a laptop sitting in a park, you have to minimize your cost. You have to minimize your cost. So cash flow means whatever is coming in, more than that, it's going out. So the situation should be like that. Whatever the money is coming in, at least a 30% should be saved. Only 70% should be going out. So these all things we'll talk in detail also, how to pre-plan, how to. So those things are there. But trust me, these are the four biggest factors of failure in any company. We don't know what to invest, how to invest, how to optimize, so that we should have the least expenditures, at least in the starting phase. Starting phase, when we have a fund crisis, or investor has given a limited amount of money. So this is very important. We don't know how to manage the cash. Now this is a very good research, which I thought I'll correlate with you guys, right? So this was an interview conducted with most of the startups, those who failed actually, right? So what is the reason for failure, right? So first reason is the no market need, means you have not carried out the proper research, what to make, how to make, where to pitch. So this is actually the poor research. This is based, these companies failed because they have certain perceptions in the mind. They never gone into the market, they never studied the market. They thought, this is my idea is unique, it will work out. But have you tested the market? No. Right. So this is biggest failure. The reason of failure is this poor market research. So I have correlated here with the no market need, means you have not carried out the proper market research. Why you are launching this service? Who should buy? Who should be your target market? So at least you should know before going into any. Okay, I agree that your idea might be good. Maybe if I go 10 years back or 20 years back, if somebody talks about AI, it doesn't make sense. Now the AI, the artificial intelligence is making the sense. If I go 20 years back and talk about the chatbots, it will not make sense. Now it is making sense. Machine learning, AI. So a lot of businesses are thriving and flourishing in this field. So market research is very important. Most of the companies fail because they don't carry out the proper research. Research, I'll tell you what need to be carried out, but this is the thing. This is the fundamental thing you should please carry out. Just getting an idea is not enough, right? Then again, the second reason is the ran out of the cash. The same managing cash flow, not the right team, same management, right? Superior competition. So you're not getting the proper lead generations, or you're not getting proper money for what you're pitching actually. So your company will not survive, and then sales. So friends, this is the very important. So what is on the top is the market research. You should know what you are launching, who will buy, and how will do. That we will discuss in this session. No worries. But does it make sense, friends? Hope interesting or not. I'm
Yes,
not
yes, Pawan
boring
sir.
you.
No, Pawan sir, it is very interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm
friends,
still enjoying.
yes, ma'am. So hope friends this makes sense, right? So please, this is very important part. In the last session, I have just touched upon few slides, just give you a kind of a sense that what is a market research. But in this session, you'll come to know actually what is a market research and how important it is. It's like doing a groundwork. Suppose I want to normally in a tracking, when any party or any company organizes a tracking event, they first go, they just track out this path and they put some stones, some markings, and then up to the particular fall or particular height how the team will reach. So this is a kind of groundwork. Without doing a groundwork, you can't move your team. It will be a big failure. Right. So this is very important, and this please keep in mind. So why market research is important? So poor and again the poor and inaccurate research can lead to a bad marketing decisions. And if there are bad marketing decisions, you can understand what will happen. It will be failure. It will be a failure. So if you are going with a startup where the resources are limited, where you are trying to implement some new ideas, you have to test your market. That is very important. That is very important. So in the last session, what we talked about, right? So startup, right? Startup is a company which is planning to find out the right market, and if right market find the right market, of course they can scale up, and then if they can scale up means they can grow, and if they can grow, they can further sustain themselves as a scaler. Again, I am just reiterating because these steps you should know. So this is here you have to do before this, right? Or in this particular stage, you have to do the market research. From where I'll get the business, who will buy my product or service, is this the need of our, right? So these all things are very important, and this also we discussed in the previous slide, right? So do your background research. So without doing this and doing some pilot experimenting, right, you can't survive in the market. You can't survive in the market. Every time you start a startup, it will fail, right? So I'll just give you example. Some of our AITians are also doing some pilot testing, pilot projects with some institutes, with some organizations. So what they are doing actually, they have not registered, or they have registered a startup. It's okay, but what they are here actually. So this is the situation where they have taken some pilot projects at two, three institutes or two, three schools, and now once it will be successful, and I think they have completed this phase now. Now they are in the phase of scale ups. They are doing some mergers, some acquisitions, trying to capture more schools and colleges, right? So this is a scale up phase, right? So they have tested the successfully a model, and now they are going into the scale up phase. And once they'll go to the scale up phase, they can become a scaler also, where they would be expanding the business, they would be making more profits, they would be entering into different segments. So this is a way where you can always test through a proper market research, right? That is why people are not carrying a market research actually. So they do not believe everything you think, right? Look beyond perceptions. So I want to say, they just have their own perceptions. They have their own perceptions. Okay, this is my idea, it will work out. Okay, there will be a huge market for this particular product or a service. but actually, have you conducted a market research? Have you gone through this particular process? No. Then it is again assumption actually. It's a perception. So any startup never works on a perception, any assumption, right?